Let's take a look at 5 reasons why your English isn't improving and 1 solution to fix them all. Isn't it frustrating that no matter what you try, your English skill just doesn't get any better? I understand it's annoying when you want to say something fluently, but you just can't. Is there some magic technique that makes everything easier or at least more interesting? Keep watching, because in this lesson I'm going to reveal 4 key elements that work together and support your English learning goals. So let's dive into the video, and remember to watch all the way through to find the answers. The first one that we address is reading subtitles while watching a movie or a show. While this might be good for training your hearing brain, the training might be ruined if you always read the subtitles. Watching movies is a delightful pastime, but solely relying on subtitles won't turn you into an English-speaking superstar. Those little words at the bottom of the screen are distracting, and you will find yourself reading more than you're listening. If you're speaking to a person face-to-face, are there going to be any subtitles at the bottom? No way. After watching a movie in English and reading the subtitles, it would be logical to believe that you would be able to tell the story to a person who hasn't seen that movie yet. But when you attempt to do so, you realize that you can't. The problem is that you're dividing your brain into 2 pieces. You focus half of your attention on listening and half of your attention on reading. Maybe even 60-40. It's like trying to dance when you're riding a bike. This is a passive way to work on your reading and listening skills. In the end, the work may be done in vain. Don't waste your time. Let's move on to the second reason why your English isn't aging like a fine wine. You hold on to your native language like a crutch. Are you stuck trying to translate your native language into English while having a conversation? Here's why you should abandon your native language while using English. Here are 3 straightforward reasons why your native language is holding you back from English fluency. Number 1, languages do not equally translate. They all have their own unique rules and rhythm. Your lovely message becomes a secret shadow of itself. Number 2, translation is slow, communication is fast. You cannot communicate quickly when you are using 2 languages. Number 3, if you translate now, you will always translate. It trains your brain to go to your native language every time you are stuck in English. When you don't recognize a new English word, do you go straight to Google Translate to ask it what it means in your native language? Doing this trains your brain to think in your native language when you're trying to use English. In this way, you're telling yourself to always go to your native language instead of English, and that's why you're not getting better as fast as you would like. The third of 5 reasons why your English is in the biggest traffic jam on the highway to fluency is because of how little time you spend with it. There are about 730 hours in 1 month. If you have an English class once every week for 1 hour, that's 4 hours every month. Is that the only time that you use English? Learning a new language asks for more time. It's easy to neglect English if you don't live in an English-speaking environment, right? To make the most of your class time, it should be important for you to spend more time with English outside of the class. Create your own environment when you can. Are you waiting for a bus? Use English, even if it's with yourself. Take advantage of every moment each day by listening or watching an English lesson, or maybe even a YouTube short by Teacher Kelly, to build on the habit of relying on English to improve your skills instead of your native language. A habit only takes 14 days to establish, but a good habit can last forever. The fourth reason that your English is sleeping on the job is that you take long breaks from it. It's not just a few days. We're talking about a couple of months here. Speaking another language can be like babysitting a child, can't it? You have to constantly watch it to make sure it's not getting itself into trouble. Taking a long hiatus from speaking English might be doing more damage than you realize. The old phrase, use it or lose it, comes to mind. While English isn't going to totally disappear if you've already achieved fluency, it's not like riding a bicycle where everything just comes back to you like nothing happened. Language is more like a garden. It thrives with the gardener's love and it withers with the gardener's neglect. You must water your English sprouts every day or they will die. Therefore, throw a life preserver to your English brain and save it from drowning. Try to think of ways to maintain your English even over a long break. Think of clever and fun ways to check on it, just like a mother checking on a baby before she goes to bed. Reading and listening are good starts, but try to be more active in your English production by writing and speaking. Little by little, your English sprouts will grow into huge trees. Finally, we come to the fifth reason why your English is that moldy banana that you left out on the counter for too long. You don't use vocabulary words as you learn them. What do you do with new vocabulary words when you learn them? Vocabulary words are like stones on the ground. When you see one, you might pass it by without a care in the world. If you do this with vocabulary words, you may never realize that that stone is actually a precious gem. You just have to polish it. Every new vocabulary word that you encounter is a gem that you can use to help you express yourself in your own unique way. To polish these vocabulary stones, use them in your own sentences when you write and when you speak. By incorporating them into your conversations and writing, you breathe life into these words, making them truly your own. One day you will realize that you have collected enough gems to build a marvelous bank in which you can collect more gems. In other words, each vocabulary word will construct a foundation for you to build upon, and the language will improve itself without you realizing it. Okay, we reviewed 5 different reasons why your English is in a rut. Now, how to fix them. Reading and listening are receptive skills, meaning that you only have to think about the messages you receive. Writing and speaking are productive skills, meaning that you have to create the message that others will interpret. However, some people think that their reading skill, for example, is the best one, so they neglect this one and work on the other 3. This is not really ideal. It's like only using one finger to pick up a stone. But think about it this way. The 4 English skills are connected together, like your fingers are connected by your hand. It may be easy to pick up a stone with 1 or 2 fingers, but the task is made easier by using all 4, right? We sometimes streamline and optimize the process of learning new skills in order to save time and effort, but actually, as a result, we make it harder for ourselves. It's like sweeping the floor with a toothbrush. What's the right way to use these skills together? As often as you can, create an environment of English around you. Provide yourself the opportunity as efficiently as possible, even if there isn't an opportunity. It's like a rainy day. If you want sunshine, sometimes you have to create it yourself. Make the best of your time, and you'll find the sun coming up on your English journey. Wow, what a brain teaser this one has been. Lean back, relax, and pat yourself on the back for making it through. I'm proud of you for making it this far. What did we learn? We learned 5 reasons why our own practices might be holding us back from learning English effectively. We learned 1 new method, the 4-finger method, to utilize all 4 English skills to train our brain correctly. If my videos are helpful, then I want to be more helpful. Subscribe to my channel for free English lessons every week. See you next time.